Have you ever walked into a house and thought, wow, this place is weird? Well, trust me, you haven't seen anything yet. From homes that rotate at the push of a button to mansions shaped like toilets, today, we're diving into the 8 weirdest house layouts ever designed. Would you live in a house with no hallways? Or what about a floating spaceship in the jungle? Get ready, because these homes will blow your mind. Which one would you choose? Let's find out. The Sharifi-ha House. Alright, imagine this. You wake up in the morning, and instead of walking outside for sunlight, you simply rotate your entire room. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, welcome to the Sharifi-ha House in Tehran, Iran. This mind-blowing house is designed to change based on the weather, your mood, or simply because you feel like it. How? By rotating rooms at the push of a button. Yep, whole sections of the house pivot 90 degrees, transforming enclosed spaces into open terraces. In the summer, you can enjoy an open-air layout. In winter, just turn your walls and boom, you're cozy inside again. Designed by architect Alireza Tagaboni, this house isn't just about looking cool, it's about functionality and adaptation. It's like having a house with a personality, constantly shifting to match the vibe of the day. But here's the real kicker. This isn't a concept, it's real. And it challenges everything we think we know about home design. Instead of static spaces, imagine homes that respond to your needs. The future of architecture, it might just be a house that moves with you. So tell me, if you had a rotating house, which room would you spin first? Your bedroom, the living room? Let me know in the comments. The Melnikov House. Okay, here's a question. What if your house had no hallways? Like at all. Every room just flows into the next with no clear path, no walls blocking the way. Sounds chaotic, right? Well, that's exactly what the Melnikov House in Moscow does. Built in the 1920s by architect Konstantin Melnikov, this house is shaped like 2 massive cylinders stacked together. And the interior layout? Completely unconventional. Instead of boring straight corridors, the rooms are just connected. Walk into one and boom, you're already in the next. Now, let's talk about the windows. Most homes have standard square or rectangular windows, right? Not this one. The Melnikov House has over 60 windows scattered across the walls in a honeycomb pattern. This means natural light floods the house from all angles at all times. Imagine waking up to sunlight hitting you from 10 different directions, a morning person's dream, or a nightmare. But here's the real question. Would you actually live in a house like this? No hallways, just free-flowing space. It might be weird, but it's also kind of genius. No wasted space, no long walks to the kitchen at night. So what do you think? Love it or leave it? The Steel House. Alright, picture this. You're driving through Texas, minding your own business, when suddenly you see a giant, futuristic, rusted metal structure perched on a hill. It looks like it could be a robot's head or maybe some alien spaceship that crash-landed and decided to stay. This, my friends, is the Steel House, and it's one of the strangest, most fascinating homes ever built. Designed by artist and architect Robert Bruno, this house is pure metal. 110 tons of it, welded together into a shape that makes zero sense until you step inside. The windows curve like spaceship portals, the floors twist in unexpected ways, and the whole thing feels like you're walking through a living sculpture. But here's the crazy part. Bruno spent 34 years building this thing, by himself. No contractors, no crew, just him and a dream. Sadly, he passed away before fully finishing it. But the house remains one of the most mind-bending creations in architecture. Would you live in a house like this? Or would you be worried it might start walking off in the middle of the night? Let me know in the comments. The Bubble House. Imagine walking into a house where everything is round. The walls, curved, the doors, circular, even the furniture. Soft, bubble-like structures that flow into each other like melted wax. Welcome to the Bubble House, a surreal architectural masterpiece in Cannes, France. Designed in the 1970s by architect Antti Lovag, this house breaks every rule of traditional design. Lovag believed straight lines were aggressive and that a home should feel natural, like a cave, wrapping around its inhabitants in a soft, flowing embrace. Now, this isn't some tiny experimental house. It's a massive mansion, with interconnected spheres forming bedrooms, living spaces, and even a rooftop terrace overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. And guess what? The house has hosted fashion shows, celebrity parties, and even film shoots because, let's be honest, it looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. But here's the big question. Do you think you could live in a house with 0 straight walls? Or would it drive you crazy trying to hang a picture? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The Winchester Mystery House. Alright, imagine living in a house where staircases lead to nowhere, doors open into solid walls, and hallways twist in random directions like a never-ending maze. Sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? Well, welcome to the Winchester Mystery House, one of the strangest and most haunted homes in the world. Located in San Jose, California, this mansion was built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the famous gun manufacturer. After losing her husband and child, she became convinced that the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles were haunting her. Her solution? Never stop building. For 38 years straight, construction crews worked 24/7, adding rooms, tearing down walls, and expanding the mansion into a 160-room labyrinth of confusion. Sarah believed that as long as the house kept growing, the ghosts wouldn't catch her. The result? A house that makes zero sense. Windows overlooking other rooms, staircases that go up into ceilings, and secret passageways designed to confuse ghosts, or maybe just visitors. Today, the mansion is a tourist attraction, with people claiming they've heard whispers, footsteps, and even ghostly figures wandering the halls. So here's the real question: would you spend a night in the Winchester Mystery House? Or would you be too afraid of getting lost forever? Tell me in the comments. The toilet-shaped house. Okay, let's be honest, when you think of dream houses, you probably don't picture a giant toilet, right? Well, someone did, and not just anyone. The former mayor of Suwon, South Korea, Sim Jae-duk, who was so passionate about sanitation that he built his own house in the shape of a toilet. Yes, you read that right. This bizarre creation is called Haiwuji, which translates to a place of sanctuary, because, let's face it, for many people the bathroom is a sanctuary. Built in 2007, this two-story toilet-shaped mansion was designed to raise awareness about the importance of sanitation and hygiene worldwide. But wait, it gets even weirder. Inside, you'll find a massive glass-walled bathroom in the center of the house. Don't worry, it fogs up for privacy. Along with exhibition spaces that showcase the history of toilets. Yes, an entire museum dedicated to the evolution of human waste management. The house even has a rooftop balcony because apparently, nothing beats enjoying a sunset from the top of a toilet. So, be honest, if you had the chance, would you live in a toilet-shaped house? Or is this just too weird? Let me know what you think. The UFO House. Alright, imagine you're hiking through a dense rainforest. Birds chirping, leaves rustling, everything feels like pure nature. But then, out of nowhere, you see a UFO, just sitting there, no joke. It's a massive, futuristic-looking house in the middle of the jungle, and it looks like it could take off at any second. Welcome to the UFO House in the Daintree Rainforest, Australia. This place is straight-up alien-looking with curved metallic walls, a sleek hovering design, and a structure that seems to defy gravity. Designed by Charles Wright, this house is built on stilts over a lake, making it look like it's floating. But get this, it's 100% off-grid. Yep, this futuristic home runs entirely on solar power, collects rainwater, and even has its own waste recycling system. Basically, it's a self-sustaining spaceship in the middle of the jungle. And if you're thinking, wait, does someone actually live here? The answer is yes. This is a fully functioning home complete with massive glass walls that let you stare straight into the rainforest. Or, let the animals stare at you. So here's the question. Would you live in a floating spaceship house in the jungle? Or is this a little too much like a sci-fi horror movie waiting to happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The Puzzle Tower. Imagine looking up at a 230-foot tower that looks like a bunch of tiny houses stacked on top of each other, some sticking out, some tilted at weird angles, and none of them making any logical sense. That's the Puzzle Tower, an upcoming architectural marvel in Tirana, Albania, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Designed by architect Stefano Borri, this gravity-defying tower is made up of interlocking house-shaped modules that look like they're about to collapse. Except they won't, because engineering magic. Each unit is designed to be a mini house within a massive skyscraper, giving every resident their own private home in the sky. But wait, it gets even crazier. The Puzzle Tower isn't just weird on the outside, it's packed with insane features inside too. We're talking hanging gardens, rooftop pools, open-air cinemas, and community spaces that literally float between units. The whole thing is meant to challenge traditional urban design by proving that high-rise buildings don't have to be boring glass boxes. Instead, they can feel like stacked villages in the sky. So what do you think? Would you live in a Jenga-style skyscraper where your house might be sticking out 30 feet into the air? Or would you rather stay on solid ground? Let me know in the comments. And that's a wrap on the 8 weirdest house layouts ever designed. Which one was your favorite? Would you actually live in any of these, or are they just too bizarre? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe to DwellScape for more mind-blowing architecture and design content. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out. See you in the next one.